Discover history like never before. Join us at India City Walks for an exclusive journey where academia meets tourism. Our Walk Icons initiative brings you the best in thematic walks, celebrating the rich tapestry of Indian heritage and culture. Explore, learn, and celebrate the intricate nuances of Indian art, history, and architecture with us. We are pleased to have our walk icon, Dr. Tevya Monavar, a professor and head of Department of Architecture, known for her exceptional teaching and managerial expertise. Based in the heart of Delhi, she is a passionate researcher with a keen focus on indigenous urbanism, exploring the history, monuments, and vibrant culture of India's multi-layered city. Our interaction today will be in three parts. First, we will have a brief discussion, followed by a walking tour, and then a Guftugu session. It's such a pleasure to have you here. I know
Yeah.
you have done your thesis and roamed these streets, old cities
Yes.
of Delhi and alleys and gullies.
Yes.
What's the nostalgia like? What do you feel here?
Oh, it's every time it's a different experience, I would say. I've been born and brought up here. Mine is the fourth generation of our family. So we were earlier placed right in the core of the city, but as the dynamics changed, we gradually moved out from the core, and now we are, on the outer edges of the city. So we haven't left the city. We're still a very much part of the city.
Yeah.
But yes, moved out. But every time we come to the different corners here, it's a beautiful experience. It's a very nostalgic as well as a very, I would say, every time there's a little surprise also. Oh, this has happened here. So,
So, old Delhi goes with food. So,
Food, yeah.
what's your favorite food?
Oh.
The childhood memory.
I think nothing beats kebabs.
Wow.
So-
Okay. I mean, we like that you are here and you will be sharing with our viewers the sense of the architecture that Old Delhi has seen
Right.
over layers of history.
Yes.
And there's a great historic past
Yes.
which needs to be spoken about.
Right.
Though we will be having a Guftugu, which is more like a storytelling session with you,
Yeah.
and also a walking tour for select few.
Yeah.
It will be great to understand from you the nuances of the architecture in Old Delhi. If you can just give us some insights on it.
So this city, basically, Delhi has always been a power capital. So
Yeah.
there's a famous quote which says that whoever has Delhi has India,
Yeah.
right? So whoever wanted to have a seal and wanted to say that now we are the new rulers, Delhi was the place. So we have a lot of cities, Mehroli and all. The final that we see when the Mughals come here, rather Shah Jahan, he made the city of Shah Jahanabad.
Yeah.
He was earlier working in Agra, but then of course there were constraints. So when he wanted to shift, there was a brief. We say it's an architect's brief, right? So he gave a brief that I want to make a city in a place where the water flows through my pavilions,
Oh.
right? So he said that I want a place like that with a moderate and climate. One option was of course Lahore, but it was very cold and
Yeah.
Agra was very warm. So they started looking in this direction and they started finding, Delhi was a natural choice because of the river Yamuna, which was navigable
Yeah.
most of the year. And of course, there was this water, system and all that they could work out. So that was the architect's brief, and that's how the city, topography and everything started being coming in. And then the whole, concept of city and all started coming in. So Shah Jahan was, of course, there was a lot of travelers, who were coming to the. So he came to know that there is a city in Safavid by Shah Abbas, which is like beautiful and all. So he wanted to one up that,
Yeah.
So he was like, I want to have a city which is better than, which is the best in the creation, and of course it will leave a sign of permanence also. So then that's the, that was
Yeah.
the starter for the creation of the city.
No, I mean, yes, I mean, it's a great insight because we understand rivers were flowing,
Yes.
Yamuna was there,
Yes.
and creating water channels is again architect's delight.
Yes.
Or it could
It's
be
a rather engineering, I would say, architects
So
and engineering.
if you can give us some more information on it, it will be great.
Yeah, so any city will say which prospers, water is an important element,
Yeah.
right? So the first thing was how to get the potable water, drinking water kaise aayega. So there was this already a canal which was Firoz Shah Tughlaq had, dug up, Shah Canal, which he was taking water at the Khizrabad from the Yamuna and he was bringing it to his city, that was Kotla Firoz Shah. So the canal was already there, but it had died down. So during Akbar's time, one of his governor, Shahabuddin, he kind of restored it. And when he restored it, the water supply was there. So when Shah Jahan came onto the scene, the canal had also gone under a lot of I would say destruction, or it got damaged. So Shah Jahan gave an order of reviving that canal. So his engineer Ali Marda was there. He kind of worked on it. He revived the canal. He worked on it, and then the canal was brought into the city through the Kabuli gate. It used to come through the Kabuli gate, and it used to branch off in two parts. One would one channel will come through the Chandni Chowk, through the Faiz Canal, and the other would go into the Jahanara's Begum Bagh.
Yeah.
So it will water those, and then it will water the orchards and all, and one would be outside the city. So the one which is passing through the Jahanara's Bagh and all, it will go into the fort, and from there it will flow through the all the pavilions. So if you look at the Red Fort, all the pavilions are on the edge of the river,
Yes.
and there is a water channel which is passing through it. That's because Shah Jahan wanted that kind of a structure and that kind of a buildings.
And what about Old Delhi,
Yeah.
where we are right
Yes.
now and doing this interview?
Yes.
In Old Delhi, I mean, we see a lot of alleys, a lot of gullies.
Right.
And there are a lot of many food outlets. There are
Yes.
markets.
Yes.
There's a Kanari Bazaar,
Yes.
and there are different other puchas. You
Right,
know?
right.
How are they managed as per the water channel architect design?
Right.
And what is the layer today?
Today, of course, today's dynamics are very different, but at that time there were a lot of wells. All right.
Okay.
So what we see Shah Jahanabad today, it was not just a Greenwich land. One fine day Shah Jahan woke up and he said, "Make my city." No,
Yeah.
it was not like that. Kotla Firozshah was already there, and there are a few mohallas which are already there, like Bulbul Khana. There is a
Okay.
Kala Masjid at Turakman Gate, which belongs to Firozshah Tughlaq's time. Balli Maran was there. So these pockets were there. So when they started making the city, they didn't do away with it. They integrated it.
Okay.
That is why you don't find a very straight rectangular profile. You find it going like this, the outer profile of the
Yeah.
city, because the old structures were integrated into the design.
Okay.
All right. So these were there, and people are already living there. Abul Fazal said it is a metropolis. When he goes into the layer, he said 4th century AD se yahan pe, there are settlements happening
Yeah.
here. So there were wells that were there. Banjaras used to come to sell their products in the grain market. So they also, kind of dug few wells. Merchants dug few wells. Bawlis were there. Haws were there. So it was not just one canal that was moving in. There were small such, things that were also there, which kind of, served the city.
And if you can just throw some light on some of the Baulis, we understand the architecture, we understand step wells, and there are a lot many studies that are going on,
Right, right.
especially from the Rajasthan and Gujarat side.
Yes, yes.
But from the old Delhi or Delhi standpoint,
Right.
from the architect's standpoint,
Right.
what is that importance of Bauli? And today also,
Right.
how do you see Bauli? Structure.
Structures.
Yeah.
Structurally, like if you look around the city, there are a lot of Baulis. There is a Bauli in which Khari Bauli hai. So
Yeah.
Khari it had a brackish water, salty water tha. Then there is a very unique circular Bauli in
Okay.
Firozshah Tughlaq's, Firozshah Kotla. I think you're doing something tomorrow over there. You can
Yeah.
explore that.
Yeah.
It is unique because it is circular Bauli.
Yeah.
You find that in Gujarat, right? So Baulis were created for different purposes. In Gujarat side, they call it Wow. So it was mostly for, Ranis making it for the reasons of charity and all. When you look at the Baulis that are there in the cities and around the cities, they were mostly created along the
Yeah.
trade routes, because the travelers are coming. And the rooms and all which are created side by side, they used to serve as a place where the travelers and the, people could just rest in. And it was generally like, just when we say 100 kilometers jana at 400 kilometers, it was like a landmark. This Bauli to that Bauli, one day trip. Itna travel karna, itna travel karna.
Yeah.
So it used to act like that. And when we look at architecturally, we teach students, it's an upside down building. Because the building has gone down,
Yes.
upside down.
Yeah.
So of course, there is very important consideration of having a water source somewhere. That's why you get the water. So we don't find Baulis right in the center of the city. They were on the trade routes or on the sides, but they were very important.
Yeah.
And especially when you are mentioning Baulis, all Sufi saints' dargahs, you will find there are Baulis.
Baulis.
So it
Yeah.
was very integral. It was serving the people. So that way, it is very valuable resource.
Now, again, thank you for the insight. Now, when we are talking about the trade routes, is there any Persian connection to Shah Jahanabad?
Oh yes, of course, yes,
Yeah.
there is a Persian connection. The design, as I said, he
Yeah.
came to know that Safavid ruler is making a beautiful city, and I should be one up. That is one. Then of course the architects were there,
Yeah.
who had an exposure. The architects, Ustad Hamid and Ustad Ahmed were there, so they under whose expertise the design had come in. Then of course the Ghairat Khan and they were kind of looking after the work. So basic designs, if you see, it has a combination, I would say, of the Persian insights that are there at the same time, which was very Mughal and very Indian. If you look at when Mughals used to move, they had the armies and they had the tents. So
Yeah.
it was their encampments were like tent cities.
Yeah.
So you find the same tent architecture being converted into stone.
Okay.
When you look at their buildings in the Red Fort, they were basically the tents that they had in their army, and then they had beautiful awnings of silk and kamkhab which covers them. I have beautiful paintings which are original paintings of Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, where he kind of sketched the buildings at that time 1846 में जब वो sketching कर रहे हैं सारी buildings की, तो उसमें वो अभी हम देखते हैं how does it work. But when you look at those paintings, you're like, oh, this was the awning that they used to have. This is how they used to
Yeah.
bring in. So they bring in their encampment system into it. Even in Fatehpur Sikri, we find similar structures where they used to work in. So it's not just purely Persian, but a integration of Persian and this thing. Even the covered bazaar that you see,
Yes.
Chatta market,
Yeah.
it's a very Persian concept.
Yes.
They have covered markets over there. But Shah Jahan again brought his intelligence into it, and he created a octagon in the center,
Okay.
which is an open octagon. So it kinds of create light and ventilation
Yeah.
which is not there in the Iranian bazaars.
Yeah, now talking about Chhatta market, so how do you see Red Fort from the architect standpoint?
Well, it's a beautiful, I would say, construction. But 1857 played with a lot of havoc. And if you look at the, articles and documents, it says what we are seeing is just 16% of what was there. 84% is not there. They demolished.
Yeah.
You look at the old plans and all.
Yeah.
So if I mean, every time I read about Red Fort, I try to imagine कैसा दिखता होगा. I wish ऐसा होता तो कितना मजा आता.
Yes.
So abhi to we just find just piece of land. But if you look at the old paintings and all, beautiful constructions are there. The pavilions and the kind of grandeur and lifestyle they would be having. That
Yeah.
was good to imagine. But abhi whatever we have, I think we should make best use of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a legacy to be honored
Yes,
and to be preserved.
yes,
and
and communicated. Our new generation, which are
Absolutely.
Xbox generation, I would say,
Yeah.
we need to do something which brings them to these monuments.
Yeah.
This is something which should be proud of. Nobody in the world has such kind of structures of that kind of rich resource that we have in our country.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so we need people like you and endeavors like India City Walk to make people aware of the right history and the right things that have happened to the cities.
No, thank you for saying that, because we resonate. The narrative has to be right.
Right.
And hence the walk icons, where people can hear the right narrative.
Right.
And understand and visit past in terms of their imagination.
True.
Because theoretically anybody can read anything, but when they are hearing right from the custodian of that particular historic part,
Right.
then they get to assume better.
Yes.
And they get to know better.
Yes. True.
And it is very, very important.
Yes.
Now, coming from Red Fort again back to the markets,
Right.
when you were doing your thesis on this subject, which is the closest or happy moment for you when you were reading on the markets?
Markets, it's a very vibrant, I would say, dimension, because when Shah Jahan is creating the city, I mean, if you look at the morphology of the city was controlled through thanas. There were like 12 thanas. A thanedar was there, and under each thana there was there were a lot of mohallas and katras and puchas were there. So that is how they used to control. Two main bazaars and chowks are being talked about. That is Chandni Chowk and the Faiz Bazaar, right? After that, there are specialized markets like Bazaar Sitaram.
Yeah.
इस तरह से उनके नाम थे. if you look at the whole morphology of the city, you find that there were specialized markets. The one which were very precious, they were near to the fort. जैसे कटरा महाजन, तो महाजन मतलब मनी का है, गोल्ड का है, इस तरीके का जो ऐसे एक्सपेंसिव एक्सक्लूसिव होता था, it was closer to the fort.
So nomenclatures were defined.
Nomenclatures according to the craft and according to the people who are there, or according to the important person who is there, तो वो उसके नाम से होता था. तो ये तो पास आ गए. अब जो ऐसे ट्रेड हैं जो उतने नहीं रिक्वायर्ड हैं, जैसे बुचर्स हो गए, तो वो बाहर की तरफ सिटीज के आउटस्कर्ट्स पर हैं. इस तरह से इसका डिवीजन था. So that is something very interesting if you look at the map and explore के अच्छा city कहती है. अभी तो बहुत of course different changes हैं. City has kind of, I would say, respond to the dynamics. We don't have those kind of markets, but yes, of course, markets were very important. Rather there are accounts in the traveler accounts से बर्नियर कहते हैं कि बल्कि कुली खान कहते हैं कि कोई अगर आए यहाँ पर लड़का, उसकी मदर जो थी उसको अगर चुपके से 1 लाख रुपए भी अपने निकाल के देते, चुपके से, ही इज स्पेशली मेंशनिंग 1 लाख रुपए बहुत जमाने के बहुत होते हैं, और वो सोचे कि बहुत अच्छी अच्छी चीजें खरीद के लेकर आएगा, वो यहाँ पे ऐसे ही स्पेंड करके चला जाएगा. मतलब इतनी चीजें यहाँ पर है देखने को मिलती थी और इतनी एक्सक्लूसिव चीजें मिलती थी उस जमाने में कि there was no end to it. It was so famous. बल्कि सोल्जर्स के बारे में कहा जाता था कि अगर वो एक बार दिल्ली आ जाते थे तो वो वापस नहीं जाना चाहते थे. सोल्जर्स मतलब, क्योंकि सोल्जर्स की लाइफ तो बहुत अलग है, पर यहाँ की वो चीजें रंग और लिटरेचर, पोइट्री हो रही है, बैतबाजी हो रही है, कहानी सुना रहे हैं, एस्ट्रोलॉजर बैठा है. That was so fanciful for them.
Yeah.
They would not like to go back.
No, I completely am immersed in this. So मैं ये भी पूछना चाहूँगा आपसे कि शाहजहानाबाद की एक नेचुरल टोपोग्राफी है,
जी,
and now we are seeing a lot of other kinds of development that are happening,
right?
And there's a redevelopment also that happened, which brought lot many people back to Chandni Chowk.
Right.
Delhi Metro has done a lot of good, so that we are able to travel easily.
Right.
How do you see these changes making an impact?
Delhi Metro has played a very important role, I would say. And not for the people who come from outside to here, but also for the people who were living here, and they had a major hurdle. दूसरे से बहुत दूर जाना है, बहुत दूर जाना है. तो उस तरह से मुझे लगता है दिल्ली मेट्रो ने दोनों तरह से बहुत हेल्प करी. यहाँ के लोगों को, स्पेशली लड़कियों को, एक फ्रीडम ऑफ मूवमेंट कि वो बाहर जाके पढ़ भी सकती हैं, जॉब भी कर सकती हैं, उस तरह की कनेक्टिविटी दी. और जो लोग बाहर थे, वो जो सोचते थे कि ये कहाँ से होगा, वो उनके लिए एक्सेसिबिलिटी बढ़ गई. So both ways it has worked, and it is good कि यहाँ के लोग जो यहाँ हैं, they could earn a livelihood and the dynamics are there, but it has also led to a lot of chaos and congestion.
Yes.
I wish metro के साथ साथ हमें कुछ solutions ऐसे भी करने चाहिए थे जो चीज़ों को आसान करते.
Absolutely.
तो वो एक थोड़ा सा है, लेकिन ये है कि yes, it has definitely contributed both ways.
Again मैं खाने पे आऊँगा क्योंकि हमने इतनी आर्किटेक्चर की बात कर ली है.
जी.
आपके लिए नॉस्टैल्जिया क्या है? सबसे पुराना खाना, या फिर जब आप पढ़ते थे या आप रहते थे यहाँ पर, जब भी आते थे, किस तरह का खाना पसंद करते थे सुबह, शाम और रात को? आप ये तीनों चीज हमें बताइए.
देखिए मैं बताऊं, हमारे घर में तो घर में ही इतने अच्छे बेहतरीन मदर्स और खालाएं और पुप्पियां और सब थे. तो बाहर का खाना मतलब ऐसे देखा जाता था कि अगर बीमार कोई पड़ गया तो बाहर का खाएगा. अदरवाइज घर में ही बेहतरीन हमारे कुक्स.
कुछ नाम बताइए ना खानों
के, जैसे कचरी कीमा आपने नहीं सुना होगा, नहारी और कोरमा तो आपने सुना होगा, पर कचरी कीमा नहीं सुना होगा आपने. नरगिसी कबाब, नरगिसी बिरयानी होती थी, उसमें छोटे छोटे कोफ्ते पड़ते थे. और आपका अचारी गोश्त जैसे बनता है, तो अचारी गोश्त में जिस तरह से घर में जिस तरह से बनाया जाता है, वो एक अलग तरीके की ये रेसिपी होती है. आपने कलाकंद के पराठे नहीं खाए होंगे, कभी खाया आपने?
नहीं.
ये सब घर के खाने हो ना, यू डोंट फाइंड देम हियर इन द ईटरीज. तो वो जो घर की पुरानी कोफ्ते जिस तरह से घर में बनते हैं, तो ये सब स्पेशलिटी तो घर की ही है. ये आपको कहीं बाजार में किसी दुकान में नहीं मिलेगी.
No, I think this is very insightful because our viewers, when they will be meeting you in person, so मेरे को लगता है वो हिस्ट्री से ज्यादा खानों की रेसिपी की बात करेंगे आपसे.
मैं सबका इंटरव्यू अपने घर में ले लूंगी.
तो एक और क्वेश्चन है जो हम लोगों को थोड़ा तंग करता है. Who is an historian? What's the definition of a historian?
Oh, this is a very tough question, especially in the today's scenario when people just post a line on Twitter and they become Twitter historians. A historian has to have a proper, I would say, temperament for studying everything in detail. उसके सोर्सेज ढूंढना, वो सिर्फ कहानी की तरह से नहीं, उसको यू नो एनालाइज करना, उसका पीछे का सोर्स देखना, कहाँ से आया है, कौन कह रहा है, रेफरेंसिंग जिसे हम कहते हैं लिखने के
Absolutely.
टाइम पर।
Primary sources, secondary
Primary sources,
sources.
secondary sources,
Yeah.
even secondary sources may be reliable sources.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff available in the market.
Yeah.
So a historian has to, you know, identify what is a myth and what is something which is really related and related to certain things. So there has to be a narrative which has to be woven together,
Okay.
not just on the basis of stories, but it has to be properly recorded somewhere, documented somewhere with proper references.
Yeah.
Everything should come out that way. Then someone is a historian. Otherwise, तो बहुत लोग कहानी और किस्से सुनाते ही हैं. दिल्ली तो फेमस है किस्से सुनाने के लिए.
No, no, absolutely. Delhi or Delhi wale.
दिल्ली और दिल वाले और दिल्ली
Yeah,
वाले.
Delhi wale, absolutely. You know, thank you for being here with us. And I must say to our viewers that we will soon be announcing a walking tour and a Guftugu session, which is more like a storytelling session with Dr. Munawar.
I look
And we would
forward
like,
to it.
absolutely, and we
Yeah.
would like you to please come over and ask questions to her.